Hi friends, hope you are enjoying making the charts, the different types of charts, 2-axis chart, thermometer chart, exploded pie chart. And in this sheet 7, we will be talking about few tricks that can make a boring chart look like a very jazzy one with extra information that can wow your audience. Let's say in this case, I have 3 years data divided into various quarters, and I want to show a trend line, and specifically only the losses shown to be shown as red. And this is a very important presentation that you might be making. So if I make a basic chart, let's see how does it look like. If I choose the data, insert, column chart, and choosing the 2D column. Very boring, I know. If you compare both of them, you'd notice this is not what the audience would want to see. So let me start our process from where I would reach from here to the chart given on top. So let me take care of the legend. Let me delete that off. Alright, closer, one step closer. I can choose the down arrow key from the keyboard so that I can choose the vertical axis area, and I can delete that details. So line's gone. Okay. Now this quarter name is interfering with my information. So I would want that it should appear on top. Something like this. We did it earlier in the previous chart, wherein we had put in the axis value on the high part, on the top part. So let me right click there on the axis and say format axis. Alright. Now within format axis, as we had already used this setting before, that is axis labels, that should not be next to axis, but let's say on high. Okay. One step closer still. Now, I make sure that all of these bars are turning into green. So for which, let me go to format and change the shape fill to, let's say, green. Now, if I do not know macros or a bit of techniques here and there, I would be using a shortcut key to make sure all the bars in losses are in red. So if I click on them once more, notice the bubble selection that tells me a story. It tells me only that particular bar has been chosen. Let me go to shape fill, and only for once let me make it manually red. For the next one, after you choose the bar, press immediately F4 function key, which means repeat your last action, something which we already did in Excel. If I choose this, F4. If I choose the next one, and F4. So in a very short span of time, I'm having all the bars in losses in red. Alright, we're already so close, and you would be surprised at the time that we took. Okay, now let me get the data labels value. So I choose the plot area. I go to layout, data labels, and let's say outside end. Let me choose any one of them, which means all the other will be chosen simultaneously. Go to home and make it bold. Alternatively, if you are thinking that why not make the losses in red, certainly you can do that. So let me just make all of them color green as of now, or let's say dark green for better readability. And then choose one of them, the one in losses, as let's say font color red. Second time, do not make it font color red manually. Press F4 key, F4 key, F4 key. So there you go. Now what is the other differences that I notice? I would want the trend line, and that too in a dotted way. So I choose the plot area. I go to layout, and if you carefully notice, amongst many other options, I have something called trend line. Now I can set a linear trend, but I don't want that. It doesn't look nice. Let me press Ctrl Z. Let me take the help of 2-period moving average. But hey, it is showing me the same trend, but isn't the same in looks. So I choose that particular trend line. The end bubble indicates it has been chosen. I go to format, and there are many preset options. So from amongst them, I choose one which looks like this with shading. And if I choose that line which is already chosen, let me go to shape outline, and amongst the options I have something called weight, which talks about the width of the line. I talk about dashes, from where you'll find these dotted lines effect. So let me choose the one with the first option. This is exactly what we wanted. So there you go. And if you put that in your PowerPoint or Excel and show that to your audience, they will have a better understanding of the trend that is going on. And just as a bonus effect, you would also want to share with your audience that why did this happen. So just like a comics, I would want a call out from insert, shapes, and within shapes at the extreme last you'll notice callouts section. So amongst the many things, if I choose, let's say, the rounded rectangle callout, I can draw a callout something like this. Point the yellow diamond to the one which says the starting point of losses. If I want, I make the shape fill light gray and no outline. Within format, I'm saying no outline. And then let me right click and say edit text. And I say product failed, or let's say product recall. There were some defects in the product and because of which it had to be recalled. Let me select the font which I've written, go to home and make it in either red or maybe black for better readability. Make it bold at the same time. So product recall, because of which it had to face a lot of losses during the entire year, and then subsequently they got into a profit trend. So this is a good use of call out.